Our presentation is on the 24th Amendment, eliminated poll tax. Our presentation is on Chapter 3. It's titled America. First, you got Section 1 of Chapter 3. Section 1 has a section about the consent of the government. Our government is controlled by a system known as popular sovereignty. That is where everyone in the government is given consent to the government. So, pretty much what happens is you vote and you get the majority rule, which we'll talk about later in depth, and whenever whoever gets the majority takes the vote, and people in the minority get the vote as well, so they get a say as well. We also have the preamble, which is the introduction to the Constitution.
Alright. The goals of the Constitution are to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty.
A representative democracy. A representative democracy is a republic set up by the Constitution based on the consent of the people who are governed. Our government works because of the majority rule system that I was talking about earlier, where the people who vote, whoever gets the majority pretty much wins, but the minority people still get a vote as well. How? That is says, yeah.
Okay. Alright. And the federal system. There are federal government powers, which is everybody gets delegated powers or powers that only the federal branch can use. For examples like only the government can coin money and trade with foreign nations. Then there are the state government powers, which are the powers given to the states, or are called reserve powers. A couple of examples of these are they can conduct elections and they can regulate trade within the state. And then there are the shared powers, which are the shared powers between both the federal and the state governments, and those are known as the concurrent powers. And these are like enforcing laws and establishing courts.
Next, we have defined the government powers, and we have a limited government, which is a government that has defined restrictions. This system dates back to 1215, where it was written about in the Magna Carta. We also have powers of the people, which are powers specifically given to people by the Bill of Rights, and these are freedoms given to the people of the United States that are citizens and have not abused these freedoms anyway.
Section 2. The branches of government. Pretty basic. The legislative branch is the lawmaking branch, the executive branch has the president as cabinet, and the judicial is the federal court system.
Checks and balances. Our government system has a system of checks and balances, which are the limits and powers that all branches have. The president, however, has the power to veto, so he can block all laws that are passed through, but if he does make a veto, then it can go back to Congress, and if Congress gets a 2/3 majority vote, the law will still pass.
Section 3. The amendment process. And the amendment is a written change to the Constitution. It requires a 2/3 majority, and it can be repealed or canceled.
The end. Now we got